Good evening. I'll call the West Mead Township Board of Supervisors meeting for September 2024 to order. Roll call.
Jordan.
Here.
Chartle.
Here.
Bovard.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please note that all supervisors' public meetings are subject to public and/or private audio and video recording. Is there any public comment on agenda items at this time? Okay, hearing none, please note that public comment will also be received during each agenda item and also at the end of the meeting. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the August 13th, 2024 study session and regular meeting minutes as presented in our packets.
I'll make that motion.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call?
Jordan.
Yes.
Chartle.
Yes.
Bovard.
Yes. I'll entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's reports for August 2024 and approve the payment of bills in the amount of $481,321.51, subject to audit.
Make that motion.
Second. Any discussion?
The majority of that was the 2024 paving that we just finished up.
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Jordan.
Yes.
Chartle.
Yes.
Bovard.
Yes. Municipal reports. Police Chief Chip Brown is absent this evening due to a death in the family. Jill, is this something to be read tonight or just?
If you wanted to, Chip provided that information, so if you wanted to just talk, it's more about the fair than about anything.
And on behalf of Police Chief Chip Brown, he wants to thank Linesville, Conneaut Lake, Cambridge Springs, and Cochranton Police Departments for the guys that helped out at the Crawford County Fair this year. The time that they help out is above and beyond their regularly scheduled shifts, and he really appreciates their assistance. Also, along with the city auxiliary police who do a great job with traffic heading into the city. That's about it. Okay, John with the road report.
As of August, from August 13th through today, we completed our 2024 paving projects, Tamarack, Williamson Road, and Phelps Road. Also completed all the berm backup on those projects. We did have a couple of days where we had some storm damage that took us about 3 to 4 days to get that cleaned up. We're still mowing berms and also mowing and maintenance to all 3 parks in the township. We also did some additional work down at Green Mountain to try to clean up the basketball court a little bit better. We're finding that, things are kind of rotating now. You're getting a few more kids in that area and stuff like that. So we also set up the Fair Week for Hamilton Road to change it one way, and then of course the week after we turned everything back over to the 2-way. We finished a storm drain on Tamarack Drive and cleaned up some additional storm damage down there. Repaired a catch basin that had caved in at Northgate Apartments. And we installed several driveway pipes and ditching throughout the township. And we last week we managed to finish up some cold patch work. And then as of today, we were doing hot mix patch repair out on Stan Road, and we're going to be doing that again tomorrow on Old Ellis Hill. So that's pretty much so the month.
Okay, John, thank you very much. Any questions for John?
No.
Jill with the zoning report for the month.
For the month of August, we had 1 residential addition for $27,000, 3 residential storage buildings and garages for $99,000, and 1 residential pool for $20,000 for a grand total of $146,000. We just earlier tonight also had a conditional use application that came through. That will be on the September meeting because it actually occurred and was paid in September.
All right. Any questions for Jill? Thank you very much. All right, moving on to the first item under business. We're at this time going to hold a public hearing to provide the public with information in regards to vacating a certain West Mead Township portion of Vale Street, which is located between Allegheny Street and Park Avenue. And we'll take public comment on the proposed ordinance number 2024-2. So this time I'll turn it over to our solicitor, Alan Schattinger.
We received a petition from, yes,
Mr.
right?
Copeland.
Copeland, yes, sir. The petition was also signed by Allegheny College and North, let me get the right name, North Park Avenue Professional, right, Mr. Fenton? All of which parties owned property that were located alongside or adjoining this particular roadway, which on this particular map is shown as Vale Street. And essentially, this is a street that, as best we can find at this point in time, was laid out in around 1961 by a surveyor whose name was Alfred Hammond. However, our research at this point in time has not uncovered any subdivision plan that's recorded at the courthouse that actually shows the full layout of a subdivision plan specifically addressing this particular street. However, it ended up on maps in some manner or another, and it appears still on the county's maps. The request or the petition made was to vacate this portion of Vale Street, which is located within West Mead Township. As everyone here is probably aware, the portions of Vale Street, one of which connects with Park Avenue, and the other one of which connects with Allegheny Street, are both within the city of Meadville, are both opened and maintained by the city. The portion of the street, however, which is highlighted in yellow on this particular map, is a portion which was laid out apparently in 1961, as the best we can tell. It's still a wooded property by and large. There are some residents who have properties right outside the city line over off of Allegheny Street, which have actually some buildings and facilities that would extend into the township at that area. In any case, because it was laid out that long ago under state law, the township's right to use any portion of that street for public travel was extinguished by operation of law. There's a section in the state highway law that provides for the 21-year period of time in which the township has, once it's dedicated, to open and use and make a street available for use by the public. That's obviously never happened here. This is the only thing, this is the only portion of Vale Street that the township is taking action on by ordinance tonight, by which it would extinguish any interest which may be a holdover for some reason or another for public or township use. It only impacts public or township use. It has no impact whatsoever on any private use that anyone may have for the private use of that particular area. My general understanding is that upon, actually probably before now, that the property owners adjoining the street probably took title to the center of the street as laid out, and it would have no impact on whatever private rights may exist. That's at least what's being done tonight and what's being considered by the board. Again, as a result of the petition of frankly, all of the landowners who own property on both sides of that portion of the street. And I know of no reason why the board couldn't approve the ordinance to vacate whatever interest someone may find that the township has in and to it. But any questions anyone has, we'll try to answer them. Mr. Johnson, yes, sir.
What's the intent for vacating property, Ralph? What's that? What's your intent for the vacated right away?
Well, everybody here, I think, knows that I've cleaned it up, I ditched it, I took in 3 truckloads of 2 RC gravel, about 10 ton of topsoil, grass seed, I made it look a lot better, and I'm just making a nicer place for people to park. We live in the country, have a nice little farm there, probably will live there forever. If there comes a time when we feel as though we can't take care of our property in the country, it could become a retirement home for us. It's unlikely unlikely, but I'm looking down the road.
Is there any intent to build anything on that right away?
I have no intentions on it, but I want to be able to if we decided we're gonna live there. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
And I'd ask Alan, if it's vacated, is there a deed put together for that distribution of that property with a named owner?
No, it would have, and again, I believe that the rule of law in Pennsylvania is that the landowners adjoining on each side of it would take title to the center of the roadway.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
they may
asking.
already have that, right, to be honest with you. Because it was only a right-of-way if it existed at all, so that I think the center would still be the dividing line between the adjoining properties. However, I'm not sure that I can give you a full opinion without knowing more about the subdivision plan as to what the respective property rights would be.
I expressed concern to you when we were talking.
Yes, sir.
That the township city line goes diagonally in front of my building.
That's true.
And I have concern about access because there's a 50-foot right-of-way there now. And my building's about 7 feet off your property line. And then the township city line runs to the rear of the Allegheny Street 200-foot properties.
Okay.
Are you familiar with this map?
I've seen it, I don't see where that would ever be any problem for
Well,
you
let me show you.
or anybody else. I might have it in there. Hang on. It doesn't show an angle, but,
Okay, well, here's the city township, here's my building,
okay.
and here's the city township line. My building's 7 feet off your property line,
Okay.
on the south side of your property line. And then the property line, or the designation for the township city runs here to the north end of the parcels on Allegheny Street. My concern is access into that building. If this is divided down the middle and you take deed to half of it and Allegheny takes deed to half of it, should there be some work between the township and the city to re-identify the end of Vale Street? So I have full 50-foot right-of-way in front of that building.
And that's the building that's shown in this map, and too. We're looking at the same thing.
Yeah, but you don't have the township city proper designation. Let me show you that. Here's my building.
Right,
Here's Vale Street.
right.
Here's the city
Right.
township property line. It runs diagonally in front of that storage building,
Right, right.
which limits access to that storage building.
Okay, but, and again, my viewpoint, although it's not nothing that I've researched, because I don't know where the actual city line, I don't know where the boundary line between the city and West Beach
It's right
is.
there.
I know that's where it's shown on this map. I don't know where it exists in reality, okay?
No.
I've never seen a survey.
Yeah, hold on a second. This Vale Street is a 50-foot right of way.
That's what I'm doing.
This property that I have here is 200 feet deep.
Right.
To a point here, which is the property line between the Allegheny Street properties, which are 200 foot deep, and Ralph's property. And then the same thing goes here. These are again, city
50-foot lots.
50-foot lots. And there's the right-of-way, the east right-of-way of Vale Street,
Must be 150 feet now.
probably, yeah. This is 50. Now, somewhere, that piece has to be accounted for and provided access to some point, so I have access to my building.
And my position is you have access, that you have access on this road, okay?
Okay?
And that
if
what we're
that's-
doing will not impact that at all.
All right, but if it's deeded to Ralph, half of it's deeded to Allegheny, all of a sudden, the property line is here. There's no access here.
I'm not sure that your property wouldn't come out from the center.
You know, my property, this is the west right of way of Vale Street,
Understand?
okay? And Vale Street's 50 foot, and
So it would be 25 feet.
it would be cut down the middle here. If it was dedicated to this side and dedicated to
Well,
that
if,
side.
if the property owners have the equal rights,
And
yes.
so what happens is be triangle piece.
I still think that you own to the center of the road in that stage.
It's a paper
I can't
street.
confirm that, but that would be my.
Paper street, you own to the center of the road anyhow.
I think that's correct. And I think you have the use of the entire road, which is part of your property borders on whatever existed where Vale Street was created.
And I don't think Mr. Copeland is trying to restrict any access to
No,
anybody.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. If he's planning a garage, you know, people like garages. What I'm concerned about is.
Access to your garage.
Access to my garage. When I pull in there with my tractor and my trailer, I want to back into the building. In order to do that, you really need the 50-foot right of way. You know, the car's 18, 20 feet, the trailer's 15, 16 feet.
And my point tonight is that no matter what the township does, I don't think it's going to impact your private rights in any way.
There would be no complaint here. There's no way I would have any.
But I just want to be sure
If he wants to
down,
put it in writing, I don't care.
I want to be sure down the road, if I decide to sell the property, that people don't have a concern about access getting into the building.
Possible, that wouldn't be a problem with me.
So, do we need some type of agreement that I can pull in there, and back in?
Fine. Even if I decided to do something, it wouldn't be anywhere near that.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, works for me.
Alan, that's something they can do on their own.
That would be my hope, yes.
There you go. Right. That's something we can do on our own.
Whatever you want, I'm fine with it.
Mr. Michael, you had something to say?
I was just gonna state that Allegheny has no objection, that Mr. Johnson has access directly through our property. So,
There you
on the
go.
record, no issues, so if you put it right, you put it right.
Let's maybe think some kind of arrangement and a piece of paper between Allegheny, you and me, and we'll make it work.
Hey, Alan, anything else?
No, and I sincerely hope, I mean, I have no reason to believe that whatever arrangements could be made will be able to be made.
Okay.
Hope you work together. We'll try to help out if we can.
Okay, do we have any other comments from the public in regards to this? Any citizen comments? Supervisor comments? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adopt ordinance number 2024-2 to approve the West Mead Township ordinance to vacate an unopened portion of Vale Street located in West Mead Township effective September 17th, 2024.
You need a motion, right?
Need a motion.
I make that motion.
Any discussion?
I have one question. Is this the map that's going to go
That'll be
with
map
the
attached to
ordinance?
it, yes.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Bovard?
Yes. That's it for the business. We have some notes. The French Creek Council of Governments tire recycling event will be on Saturday, September 21st, 2024 from 8 a.m. to 12 noon or until the tire limit is reached. And that'll be at the fairgrounds,
Yes.
up at the Crawford County Fairgrounds. And for more information on the tire recycling event, you can go to frenchcreekcog.org. Next note, trick or treat night here in West Mead Township will be on Thursday, October 31st, 2024 from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And it's the same night as the city of Meadville and Vernon Township. Third note, We will be purchasing road salt for the 2024-2025 season under the state contract from Compass Minerals America, Inc. for $65.35 per ton. And that is $3.11 cost per ton more than last year's price. And the final note, as required under Act 205 of 1984, as amended, the minimum municipal obligation for the non-uniform pension plan for the year 2025 is estimated to be $23,294, as certified by the pension plan administrative officer. That's it for the notes. Open it up to public comment. Any public comment, seeing as how we have some public here tonight? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to supervisors' final comment.
I have nothing tonight. It's pretty quiet.
John?
The only thing I have is just this French Creek Cog tire thing. I know I've never worked it, but we'll be setting up for that the day before Friday. So, you know, take advantage of that. That's part of cleaning up. That's a good thing there to get rid of tires. So, and I'm pretty sure Jill, you'll be on site, won't you, or
Yes.
on that site that day? So that's all I have. Take use of that, and you know, tires are a nuisance. So pick them up. Thank you.
Thanks, John. I have nothing further to add, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
Roll call?
Jordan?
Yes.
Chartle?
Yes.
Hobart?
Yes, meeting adjourned. Thank you all very much. Have a nice evening.